warm greeting of a pleasant afternoon to my respected teacher and dear fellow students. I am Verme Hubahib. Before this beautiful day, I have been given a lucky chance to address the future of our digital world. With my full effort and love, I have intended to say a few words regarding my topic, social media. Every advancement in human history has been accompanied by several innovations that were created with the goal of enhancing life. Social media is without a doubt one of the most amazing and significant developments to date. You are a product of your surroundings, and by surroundings, I don't mean just the physical world, but also the virtual world. The virtual world of social media, a media platform that is social and a different world on its own, offer us limitless possibilities. Doors that once were non-existent are now being born every day, one by one, with almost the whole world on social media. We are now witnessing our national boundaries vanish, and we are closer, and communication is pretty much instant. As we all know that social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and WhatsApp are gaining importance these days as they are connecting people worldwide with just a click of a button. But we must not forget our responsibilities when we use social media. No doubt, social media gives us a freedom of speech and action, but there are certain limits and rules to which every citizen must oblige and must recognize his or her rights on social media platforms. I think and wonder we have a very powerful and potent tool, a social media, yet there exists no authority who teaches us how to use it. Well, I know your reaction to this question. We know how to use it and it is simple. But may I remind you of the long list of crimes and misdeeds which criminals commit and we innocent fall prey to. And the numbers are increasing day by day. We trust someone on social media we never met and provide them with all our private information. And mistakenly, if that person happens to be a felon, you are up for a rude awakening. See, the problem exists not in the social media platform, but the knowledge we lack in handling strangers. Of course, technology has its limits and no felon is purely immune to his or her disguise. But what remains of concern here is the fact that we are very careless in ways we handle our private life on social media. Talk about the advantages of social media. There are many and count like we can talk with our friends and family, share good times and memories online. We can learn with our peers and share knowledge with them. We can use social media platforms to raise money for good cause, raise awareness on social topics, and watch worldwide news. The effects of social media are debatable, but we must say everybody likes to use social media platforms. It is indeed a good form of entertainment. One more important thing we must understand is we tend to binge time too much at times, and it also interferes with our daily lives and schedules. As I've mentioned earlier, adding to it, one most important thing is the use of social media must be for rightful and educational causes. Well, occasional entertainment is alright, but when children and even adults binge their time carelessly, with time which can be used for something productive and better, what results is clearly not good. The possibilities are seemingly endless for social media. It is uncommon for people to go a day without using or referring to social networks. Whether it is used for communicating, learning, or decision making, the social network or media is here to stay and will continue to be beneficial to our society. On a good note, I would like to tell you all that social media is here to stay. The decision to be part of it isn't a problem. The only problem is our irresponsible use. And that is all. Thank you so much for watching.
Why do we aim for a healthy lifestyle? And what does it mean to live in a healthy manner? I intend to respond to these inquiries and provide a case for selecting and upholding a healthy lifestyle. Good day everyone, I am Akiling Edelmi and today I am going to talk about maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Starting with health, let's discuss being in good physical, Mental or spiritual health is defined as not having any bodily illnesses or suffering. There are several types of health including physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and intellectual health. Your daily routine is referred to as your lifestyle. A healthy lifestyle is a pattern of behaviors that promotes and preserves personal well-being. It goes beyond simply consuming good foods or spending hours at the gym. All types of health are connected to one another. Your emotional and spiritual well-being are influenced by your physical health and vice versa. Even if you started dating someone and had excellent emotional health, your whole well-being might not be at its best if you had poor physical health. To have a completely healthy lifestyle, you must integrate all phases of health. And the reality is that no one will ever be in perfect health since it is not conceivable for humans. But since satisfaction is the foundation of real happiness, being healthy leads to greater levels of happiness. That is why we maintain a healthy lifestyle, to be content and to feel completely well. This preceding statement may be reduced to one equation: happiness equals health plus contentment. These three equations may therefore be deduced from that health equals to happiness, or the happiness equals to contentment, and health equals to contentment. Although we may debate whether these equations are correct, let's simply agree that even if they oversimplify more complex problems, they are sufficient for our discussions at the moment. Let's concentrate for a minute on the last equation. Health equals contentment. As I close, I'd like to touch on how we can get and keep a healthy lifestyle. We can apply 3 M's from computer software quality to starting and sticking with healthy habits. The first M is maintainable. When you start a habit, it has to be something that you can actually do on a consistent basis. The second M is motivational. If you don't want to do something, you might be able to force yourself into it, but that won't last long and won't be maintainable. Finally, your health habits should be measurable. A wise man once said that which gets measured improves. Now, you are an individual person, unique in your tastes, motivations, and desires. If you can find a way to make your healthy lifestyle maintainable, motivational, and measurable, you are bound to succeed in achieving your goals. Thank you for your attention.
To my fellow classmates, teachers, and to all my audience, a pleasant morning to everyone. Today is a great pleasure to stand here in front of you and give a speech about fashion. Fashion is the application of a new style of clothing, hairstyle, or body gesture that is trending in society. Fashion is very important for everybody living in a society. Fashion is not only about always being glamorous. Fashion trends in the clothing of a person sometimes also help in indicating the status of a person in society. If you want to make a first good impression on anyone, then dress properly. In India, fashion is an important part of everyone's life. India is a democratic country. It has 29 states, and I can assure you that each state has its own fashion trend. Fashion is not only about a popular trend that is famous in a social media. It is about representing the essence of the state, from Jammu Kashmir to Puducherry Indians. Indians follow different fashion trends and wear different clothes. India has its own glamorous and entertainment industry. This industry is known for its talented fashion designer for the style and clothing, makeup and hairstyle. Youth in India mostly celebrate fashion trends like a holiday with joy and happiness. Fashion trends are not only followed by big Bollywood stars and celebrities but every youth in India. Many people who are fans of the stars follow the fashion trends they do in a movie or a commercial. So fashion is a big industry in India. It has a massive following among the youth. The Indian fashion industry make around $108 billion every year. As mentioned before, India has people from different cultural backgrounds, and because of that, there is a different fashion style among them. In the case of North India, many women and girls prefer to wear skirts and salwar suits, whereas in South India, many women prefer to wear a kanjivaram sare, and in the case of men, they wear a shirt and a lungi on the occasion of a wedding. Fashion helps in describing the culture of an individual and his background, for example. When it comes to an Indian Muslim, they prefer to wear long kurtas when attending a prayer, and the same goes with every person from a different religious background. So you may be thinking, what are the benefits of a fashion? Fashion tells a lot about a person. The way a person dresses tells a lot about him or her. So even for a person who does not follow a trending fashion trend, so the way he or she dresses tell a lot about the person. So by following a fashion trend, it helps at deciding what to wear at a specific time or occasion. Other benefits of the following fashion is that it helps us to keep up with the modern world as well want to look stylish and fashionable. So a great way to create a first good impression is to follow a particular fashion trend. For example, if you are attending an interview, it is very important to be dressed formally as it helps to provide a good first impression on the investigator. So last but not the least, fashion helps in making a person feel comfortable and relaxed. A positive impact. To conclude this 5 minute speech of fashion, I do agree fashion is required in life if you want to make a good impression on someone, but fashion should not be done only to impress someone. Being comfortable in your own skin is the best fashion trend a person could follow. So always be proud of how you look, especially all the students. Please don't force yourself to look like a celebrity if it has harmed your mental peace. Do not follow the fashion trends if you are not comfortable with it or it's for hurting you emotionally. Be happy and confident about how you look and how you dress, and if you do that, I can assure you that many people will love you and follow you. Thank you.
A pleasant day, everyone. My name is Shane Mintal, and it is a great pleasure to stand here in front of you to talk about a very important topic. But before I start, let me ask you, how are you? How are you? I know we are all waiting to hear this phrase, especially nowadays, life is getting hard from school to friends and even in family. This question may be a simple question, but these three words carry a lot of weight. Asking someone how they are shows our willingness to connect. It may be a simple gesture to you, but it is a lifeline to someone else. That is why I am here today to offer you some insight about the biggest unaddressed challenge of our age, the mental health. We all have a mental health. We all have a brain that needs to be cared for, in the same manner that we care for our physical health. As you can see in the picture on my side, it is a rotten apple. And I know no one in the right mind would eat this rotten apple. Because if you will eat this, you will get sick. And just like in our everyday life, we consume rotten, toxic, and filthy ideas and thoughts. Just like I should be more smart. I should be attractive. I should be rich. No one cares about me. I am a failure, and the world is an awful place. And you know what happens if we consume these terrible thoughts? We get ill, we get sad, we get depressed, we get anxious, and these things affects our mental health. According to the World Health Organization, in recent years, depression is one of the leading causes of disability. Suicide is the second leading cause of death, and more than 7,000 people die due to suicide every year. Everyone gets the blues, feel tired, feel stressed from time to time, but if this feeling lasts long and affects the everyday voice, then it may be more serious. Now, would you let yourself fall into the abyss of death? Or would you stay still and overcome these silent battles? According to Napoleon Hill, you either control your mind or it controls you. We should never underestimate the power of our thoughts. Now, it is the time to focus on our mental health because our mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well being. It affects how we think and feel and act as we cope in life. I hope we should stop associating mental illness with a state of being in a deep sadness and emotion into nothing to worry about. If someone claims that he or she is having a hard time and experiencing depression, then stop responding coldly with the word, it is just in your mind. Instead, we should extend our help, our shoulders to lean on to those people who needed it, even if they are not diagnosed with a mental illness. We should remind one another that life is just a roller coaster ride. There are bad days and there are good days. Just that we need someone to understand us. And receiving help is the most important thing anyone can do for themselves. But unfortunately, the stigma about mental health keeps people from getting help. That is why I want to remind you that our mental health matters. We should join hands together and end this stigma. Don't be ashamed of what you are feeling. Ask some help. There are people who are willing to help you, who cares for you. Seek reason to live. Because in this world, you are not alone and you matter.